So this is going to be a short training on rejection and really shifting how you view it and take the power of it. Take it for the blessing that it is. So this is a really, really impactful training. And we always come back to the simple fact, right, that frequency never lies. Everything is energy, and the frequency that you vibrate is going to always attract back the same. So you attract and you manifest exactly what you're vibrating. And if you are in a frequency where you know that you are whole, that you are fulfilled, then you literally attract in people who seek who you are for what you are, as opposed to vibrating in the frequency of I'm not enough and then attracting that in as well. So, of course, this is going to relate to how we handle rejection. When you come into the deep understanding that, number one, you're human. You're human. Everyone else that you interact with is also a human. We are all just human beings. And in this state, we can understand that we're all human. There's no struggle. Nothing is lacking because it is so natural to feel human, to feel whole. The very fact that we are here, that we're in skin, that we're breathing, of course we're whole. Otherwise we wouldn't be alive. And to think and feel anything less, of course, feels bad because it's not true, right? What else could we possibly be other than human? And the fact, again, that you are breathing air and circulating blood means you are a whole human at this very moment. So, what you now can see is that a no from another human has nothing to do with your worth, with your value. It's just simply information. And you can scoop up the energy of that interaction and use it, right? A no is simply, okay, this is not a fit for what I do or for what my company does. Interesting. What is the energy there that you can scoop up? Well, perhaps rejection equals protection. And I love that. I use that all the time. Remind myself, rejection equals protection. So what does that mean? That rejection is a disguise of protection. If it is not a fit, it could look like rejection, yet you're actually being protected from that interaction and pursuing it and having a relay that isn't dynamic, that isn't meaningful, that isn't impactful, and could even potentially be harmful. And it protects you and it allows you to keep a clear path and keep the space open for the right fit that is coming to you. So you are actually the one that gets to say no. You hear the no, but then you get to say no for what doesn't fit, and you keep the path open for the yes. And what else is true? What other energy can you scoop up here that keeps it in the positive? All things are in front of you for you. So this is really powerful, and this is the crux of how we can totally switch the way we feel about rejection. You know you are whole. You have caliber. You are human. The new belief, whatever, and this is a mantra, whatever you bring to me, even if it's fire, I see it as a great blessing and I say thank you. That's alchemy. When you can literally appreciate anything, no matter what it is, right? Even if it's like fire and brimstone and terror and torture, if you can appreciate every single thing that comes your way, that is in front of you, it literally potentiates. It activates the power of the miraculous positive force that is contained in every single experience. So every single moment, there's a positive charge and a negative charge. And as human beings, we can be in the negative or in the positive with it. And again, it's just energy. This is chemistry and this is physics. So when you appreciate something, if you receive something and you're in the energy of appreciation, it simply allows you to expand. If you receive something like a no, and you take it for granted, or you let it bring you down, or you brush it off, then you automatically activate the negative. Right? It's like, folks that like have a lot of money or have a lot of stuff, but they are so unhappy. It's like they're receiving, but they're just taking it for granted, which keeps them in this lack state. So they're continuously activating the negative. Instead, you can simply practice receiving the rejection. Take the energy of it as a blessing, not necessarily the content, but the energy of it with gratitude. And when you do, you get stronger, right? It's really simple, and it's a matter of what you get to do now. The exercise I'm going to offer is about strengthening your receptive capacity. So your ability to receive, right? You shift the focus, and this is key here. You shift the focus from being so committed, right, to the self-fulfilling prophecy. Like all of us humans, we take on this story. It's this old story of how we're not enough, and we're abandoned, and we're neglected, and we're unhappy, and everybody else has it easy except for me, and and everyone else is getting the yes, and it's never going to happen for me, and I'm never going to get it. And we're just so fixated on that scarcity that we block literally receiving anything. A leader can command his or her receptivity, right? There are, and we think about it out there, right? And especially in a leadership role, there are so many people out there that have tried to love you, have tried to help you, have tried to support you, and you have made sure that they weren't going to get away with it, right? It's just this because we're so focused on what we don't have, what we didn't get, and we don't see all that we are receiving, and it may not show up in the form that our mental construct has created. It doesn't mean that we're not receiving in every single moment. As humans, it's our nature to be receptive to all stimuli around us. It's that our mental construct is based on these stories that filter in, and it's like, well, I can't receive it if it doesn't look a certain way. But everything is here for you. So open up your receptive quality by practicing gratitude. That's number one, right? And literally allowing the inflow of anything that is coming to you, just simply allowing it. When you do, you activate the magnetism of the positive energy that exists in all things. And in that space, it's beautiful, right? It will move you, and it will open you to a life of prosperity, of meaning, of impact, of bounty. So the exercise is just for the next couple of days, 72-hour window, see everything as human, right? I am human. I know that I'm human. Everything I do is from this biological center, and you'll start to notice how simple things become, but yet how powerful you'll feel and how easy it is. It's just you'll be moving through the 72 hours with so much more grace because you just simply believe I'm human, and you see everybody else as the same. So you drop this I have to prove to myself that I'm whole. I'm human. Of course I'm whole. I have to prove myself to others. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist because it's a fact, right? I'm human. So it will give you the deepest sense of confidence and a deep sense of inner peace, right? It literally brings your light out. And anything else that doesn't feel good can fall away. All the weaknesses, all the rejections, all that pain starts disappearing because you're like, I'm here and I'm human and everything in front of me is just simply for me to experience. Oh, this doesn't feel good. Okay. This does feel good. Unpleasant, pleasant. It's all body sensation. And I just get to choose that. I'm human. So the next 3 days, simply just continuously remind yourself of the truth, right? The truth, the ultimate truth, the divine truth. You're human. And you start to have this self-forgiveness, this softness, and not just for yourself, but for others. And then you come back in and you play with this rejection because you get to see it in a place of, thank you, this is for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you scoop up the energy, not necessarily the content, and you use it to grow stronger. Boom.